They assemble at night, each one having prepared as diligently as possible for the time given to them before the witching hour, the hour of reckoning, the time when they begin outdoor cartoon television. Stray Casts is on the air.
Good evening, glory, hallelujah to you. What the heck's your story and what's going through you? This is the glorified version of a Bass and Talk Show. I'm your host, Pat Renwick. Give it up for yourself, Bass Galaxy. It's Wednesday night. Everybody's feeling all right. Hello. Yes. Here we are back. Myself and the co-captain of this ship, the one and only, the amazing Ryan Pop Cornelius Whitaker. That's you.
Hi.
Hi, what's going on, bud? Welcome back to the happy land of Bassin.
Just enjoying the air conditioning here. It's on.
It's in, and it's feeling good here. Absolutely. Ryan,
staying cool.
You ready for some Alabama swinging?
I am.
It's a lot cooler here than it was in the state of Alabama, but you know what's real cool?
What's
Cliff
cool?
Prince coming on the show tonight. The Prince of Bassin, the Prince of Palatka. Yes, and company. Going on some sneak guests tonight. Yes, as they say in Australia, sneak. I don't know. I just said.
All right.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, it's been an amazing little ride lately. The last few weeks. The Alabama swing.
Yes.
Killer. Now we're kind of back on track.
Yeah, it makes the Alabama shake look totally obsolete.
Yeah, it's a down shaker and up shaker
now.
Aside. Now it's swanging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you really work the swim jig.
That's right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
At all. But we're back in Stray Cast form. Okay, tonight with Cliff Prince. And then next week we have a sneak guest that's I think you're gonna like this one. We got a sneak guest next week. 17th, we are gonna do a little deal from St. Clair Open.
Live from St. Clair
and in color from St. Clair. Yes. And then guess what? We come back and it's taco time.
It's Taco Tuesday or Taco Wednesday.
It's every day is taco day.
Yeah.
That's it, exactly. Yeah, we're doing a little IG deal or something. It's via you'll see. Andy's on vacation on the 17th. He's actually going to Disney Europe.
Oh,
yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, bass fishing in Europe, Disney.
Wow.
Andy is. Speaking of Andrew Ellenberger, he's a ginger ninja producing the heck out of this thing. Where's Andy when we need him? Chop, chop, choo!
Yo.
It's Andrew Ellenberger producing the heck out of this thing. Where you at, Angie? I can't see you.
Camera's broke.
Are you just... You are omnipresent like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, just
congratulations on your tournament victories back to back while we were gone.
Yeah, I give it a try.
Double derb demon.
Andy only fishes tournaments and only wins.
Yeah, there's no other way for him.
No.
He only goes out and wins. Andy, once they figure out the periscope, though, I mean, Andy's ahead of him on the periscope.
Yeah,
he really is.
Well, I got a new T-shirt for that. So
yeah, he's got the one. He's got the Johnny Cox shirt. Andy, well, it's good to be back doing a show.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, an amazing time on the Bassmasters there, and by the way, congratulations to Takumi for his win. Taku Itu, again, he's coming. I don't know. I had it written down. The 24th is Taku time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're on vacation the 17th, right, Ginge? Andy?
Correct. Yes, correct.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Anyway, cool time with the Bassmaster. If you want to check it out, bassmaster.com, riding with Pat and chat with Pat. Thanks to my boss, Kyle Jesse, for getting all that stuff going. And had a good time with Kyle Patrick and Chris Johnston. Ginge, did you check that out? Where's Ginge?
Oh, yeah. I'm here.
Okay. Well, Ginge watches it for the sneaks. Because I always give a few hidden sneaks in the riding with Pat on the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Ginge, we got like and shares tonight.
Yes, we do.
Rock and Shoal Fantasy rocking the chat board back. And we have from Cliff Prince himself. He's given away the rod that he won the event on at Wheeler Lake. Yeah, you can win, Rye.
The 7.3 do anything?
Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. He's giving that
medium.
away. Like and share the live Facebook feed. Also, KVD line and lure BTS as usual. As usual.
It
like
is
and
the
share.
season.
Yeah, it is. You need it. Don't burn your thumb.
I went through a whole bottle yesterday.
Yeah, and you use it as hair conditioner, so
I
it's
do.
fine.
I do.
Like and share the live Facebook feed for that. And also, per quo, to say happy birthday, America. 4th of July. We're giving away a tin cup fun box right to your door. That's right. Like and share the live Facebook feed.
Is that the sandbar package?
It's the pontoon pack. That's what it is. Hey, down to business. Ginge, you got any infomercial music? Let's get down to business here. Pay a couple bills. Then we'll bring old Prince on. You know what's amazing?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Abu Garcia Revo premiere?
Yes.
Well, there's a new one. Yeah, and it just came in the mail.
You told me that.
Yeah, it just came in the mail today. It's I can't wait. I'm so excited about this deal.
Everybody misses the premiere.
Everybody,
It was so good.
dude. I'm telling you, man. Right from the silver one to the black one, and now to this deal right here.
Yes.
I can't wait. Going to use it tomorrow. Do a little review on it. The Abu Garcia Revo premiere sneak release. Right
That
there.
is
Look at that.
awesome.
I don't even know if
I
I'm supposed
can't
to talk
wait.
about it.
I can't wait.
But here's what I want to tell you. The craziest thing I've seen, the Abu Garcia Xenon MGX. Ryan, you own that reel.
I do.
Andy owns that reel.
Yes.
I own plenty of them, and they are a workhorse, my go-to.
Yeah.
That's the gray one in the Xenon line. All right. But get this. That deal right there, I saw John Cox load it with 50-pound braid and pull them out of the slop at Wheeler with that reel magnesium frame.
Why not?
I don't use it for that. I wouldn't. It's John Cox doing it though, right on the frog, and he was using it on a swim bait rod with a frog. Go figure.
Yeah.
Dude, the Xenon MGX right now on special, as I hear, at OmniaFishing.com. Derber's headquarters, Premium Pro.
Premium Pro.
You're a Premium Pro. You're a Premium Pro, Ryan.
I've been exploring that app a lot actually lately. It is so awesome. Like
when you explore apps, it gets dangerous. I'll be honest.
It does get dangerous.
Yeah.
But lake specific shopping. You know, if you're going to a lake, you want to see what you should buy for going there to start with. They got 100,000 lakes in the system. Click on a lake. If you're going there, there's going to be the hot baits for that lake. Just order them right there. They make it really easy for you. And then layered lake maps. The lake maps are insane. I still have to look at it more to understand everything, but there's so much information on these lake maps. It's great.
Dude, it really is. The input from the people at Omnia Fishing, as well as everyone that uses the Omnia Fishing app and shops at Omnia, everything that they've input into that app, there's a lot of sneaks going on in that deal. Water temperature, hidden contours, all kinds of
clarities.
Yes.
Everything.
Springs, all kinds of things. Bud.
Also, Premium Pro, everything you order, you're getting 10% back. There's rebates on everything.
It's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. OmniaFishing.com Premium Pro. Speaking of Durbin, Ryan, you're a little impulsive, aren't you, on the water?
Are we
You're a little,
talking-
you're a
are we
little
talking
impulsive.
batteries? We talking batteries?
Well, I'm talking about life and batteries, actually. I'm talking about both, Rye.
Yeah, man. I mean, especially with the way fishing's going now, people are moving the whole time, just looking for fish, hunting fish. You need the batteries to last all day. Impulse Lithium will keep you going all day. And if you're a tournament fisherman, in qualifying events, you can win up to $500 in qualifying events if you're the highest finisher with the Impulse package. Just go on the website, sign up, $500.
Like
I
Pat
think
Walters.
it's 50 boats or more.
Like Pat Walters.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's a no-brainer.
Boom. There
It's
it
free
is.
to enter.
ImpulseLithium.com. Right
Yes,
there.
sir.
We had friend with Wesley Gore, the
Yeah.
last show, Impulse Lithium guy.
Yep.
He beats the snot out of him.
Be impulsive.
Right. Derbs, Ryan,
More
big
derbs.
one.
Yeah.
More Derbage coming to the south side of Chicago.
August 3rd and 4th, Hammond Marina, the inaugural South Shore Open, South Shore Bass Open. August 3rd and 4th, go on southshorecva.com. All the information's up there. It's going to be the biggest tournament that has happened on the South Shores of Lake Michigan since the Bassmasters Classic. That was 24 years ago.
It's time. It's
Finally got something
time.
going. Some big sponsors. Horseshoe Casino is involved. A lot of great sponsors involved. It's gonna be a huge event. Enter, bring your friends, bring your family. There's gonna be vendors, food, beer, whatever, stuff to do at the weigh-in. It's gonna be lit.
August 3rd and 4th, southshorecva.com. The biggest bass fishing event to hit the south side of Chicago and Northwest Indiana in ages, up to $30,000. First place, 2 days, fun for the whole family. August 3rd and 4th, right before the northern swing of the elites. So you're heading north, stop on in, cherry pick a derb, beat the pants out of Ryan Whitaker and other assorted south side derbers, and head on out north and check out the festivities.
And get this, Pat.
Yes,
there's
sir.
going to be an information
Wait, there's
booth.
more. There's what?
It's going to be a information booth there.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know.
With lots of information. Gotcha. And cotton candy.
They wanted people to know that there will be an information booth.
Okay. Whatever
Show up
that
for that.
means.
Show up for that.
I hope they got snow cones and elephant ears. That's all I'm saying. When I'm emceeing the event, it's in the contract.
If there's not corn dogs, it's not a carnival.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of carnivals, every day in this guy's life's a carnival. Hey, Chinchy, do we got any gypsies in the mist? Oh yeah! There he is.
There it is.
It's the whiskey gypsy taking his whiskey home and to the finest establishments.
Big surprise. He's
con-
out.
Yes, he's he's outside like Sexy Red.
I'm at a white tablecloth.
Oh, wow.
You have a black shirt on a white tablecloth.
What's
Yeah,
the
I know. I
top-
look good, don't I?
Nice day for a white wedding.
Yeah. How you
What
doing?
are you doing? Holy, you sipping on gin and juice or tin cup?
I'm sipping on some tin and cup.
I see. Yeah, I can
Tin and
tell. Some tin and cup. He's laid back, got the tin cup on his money and his money on his mind.
Kid and play.
That's right. That's right. How is everybody? Hadn't seen anybody in a while.
We're good. We're great. Are you coming bassing here in the Chicagoland area Friday?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming to your house. I'm gonna be there
Holy
early in
alert.
the morning.
Holy, what time?
Hmm?
Huh? Did he say early times?
No, I said I'm gonna be there early,
Oh,
like
yeah.
8 o'clock. So you better be up.
Go have breakfast.
You'll get
somewhere.
to watch Pat rig.
Go have breakfast somewhere. Call me about 10.
What are we doing? We small mouthed and we large mouthed, and you figure it
We're gonna go on secret missions to
out. Okay,
undisclosed locations, and you have to go underground to get to one of them.
sounds
So-
good to me. You've never let me down on a fishing trip, Pat.
Yeah, I have. I feel personally I have, but that's
No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
Holy, it's good. It's good to have you back every week here on the Stray Cast Show. In July, we're swinging hard back again on talk shows, on Bass and talk shows. That's my job, folks. It's not a real job, but it's a job. You know what I mean?
You do it well. You do it well.
I just talk a lot. But for those that don't know, every Wednesday night here on the Stray Cast Show, Luke Foley, the Whiskey Gypsy, and Tin Cup Whiskey bring you the official brown liquor of Bassin and the Tin Cup Whiskey Word of the Week. And every time you hear this word of the week, you take a little sippy. It could be a nice cafe con leche. It could be a nice cold Coca-Cola or a tin cup mountain whiskey, the official brown liquor of Bassin. And if you look right here, Han Solo is on top of this liquor bottle. Holy. Han Solo even drinks. Well, Han Solo's a pilot in real life.
This guy does too.
Yes. Yeah, he does. Han Solo is that's an action figure from when I was 8. Ryan still has that.
It's a wrestler.
Feel like a 40-year-old virgin.
This one's mine, actually. Yours is downstairs.
Yeah, William Shatner is sitting on a Zebco Delier on Ryan's desk as well. We're going off on a tangent. Can you tell we're happy to be back? It's great. We're back.
I'm just letting you go because I'm just happy to be back too. So I missed both.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, and I haven't been in the studio in 3 weeks doing the show.
I know.
Yeah.
Slacking.
Thanks. I'm back, though. I'm back in the saddle, son. Talking about it. Folks, that all being said, Cliff Prince celebrating his Wheeler Lake Bassmaster Elite Series victory on tonight. What is the Tin Cup Whiskey word of the week?
Why don't we do something with like America or 4th of July or something like that, you know?
I like it. How about anytime we say like the and or if? How's that sound? America.
I'll just say America a lot. How's that?
America. Yeah.
Yeah. Andy's going to do it too. He's just going to randomly chime in American music.
Well, I mean, you know, this sport was founded in this country.
Yeah.
Now it's worldwide.
That is true.
It's our birthday tomorrow, so why don't we? You know what I'm saying?
Founded by Ray Scott on the 4th of July.
Everybody's off tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all tin cupping.
That's true.
Yeah, so let's drink up.
Here's a little known true story that I just made up right now. Bass fishing was actually founded by Ray Scott on the 4th of July. They first thought of it on the 4th of July.
Is that true?
No, it's a true story I just made up right
now. It was a sparkler. That
it was a spark on the horizon.
Okay.
Yes, it was. Thomas had light bulb with Ben Franklin.
And that was in America.
The keychain. Yeah, in America. Here's to it. Cheers. If America.
Cheers.
Tin Cup Whiskey, word of the week. Foley.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, here's the deal. In case you don't know, like and share the live Facebook feed tonight. You're giving away a box of Tin Cup American style to some lucky basser's front door. Also, there's the KVD line and lure spray with the combo BTS in there. Like and share the live Facebook feed. And get this, folks. Cliff Prince giving away the rod that he won the Wheeler Lake Derb with.
He is the nicest guy on earth.
He's awesome.
He is just the absolute best. I was so glad that he won that tournament because they call him the Prince of Palatka, but he truly is. He's the nicest guy in the world.
He's the
definitely nicest guy in America.
America,
there you go. Tin Cup Mountain Whiskey, the official brown liquor.
He's such a gentleman. So I was so glad to see him win.
Yeah, absolutely, folks. And we'll be glad to see you on Friday. Bass.
I'll be in your driveway ringing your doorbell. I'm getting up early. I'm heading north.
I'll see you then, or I'll see you on another time.
My man.
Hey, Foley, thanks again for all you do and all Tin Cup Whiskey does for this sport that we love so much, man. We appreciate you.
All right. Love you guys.
All right. Hey, America.
Thank you, sir.
America.
Come on. Put the power poles down. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with the Prince of Bassin, the Prince of Palatka, the one and only Cliff Prince when we return.
Right, love you guys.
Love you too, bud. Peace.
See you, brother.
Be right back.
There's a moment when you're faced with a challenge, and just solving the problem isn't good enough, even if that means breaking the rules and shredding apart conventional ways of thinking, all in the name of creating something truly remarkable. With this much control at its command, we didn't stop with just one. We created 2 incredible trolling motors. Introducing the new Power Pole Move brushless trolling motor.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. and the mountain. And his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain Whiskey.
Omnia Premium Pro gives you the confidence to eliminate dead water on thousands of lakes across the U.S. Exclusively on the Omnia app, use 10 unique data layers containing critical real-time mapping information to see water temperature, water clarity, contours, lake bed hardness, and important weather data all in one place. Matched with Omnia's loyalty credit program on all your tackle and gear needs, this is the only app you need in your arsenal for success on the water.
Come take part in the inaugural South Shore Bass Open, which is set to be the largest team tournament with the highest payouts ever seen on Illinois and Indiana waters of Lake Michigan, coming to Hammond Marina August 3rd through 4th, 2024. Lake Michigan and its tributaries are home to impressive mixed bags of largemouth and smallmouth bass that are sure to create exciting weigh-ins for spectators and anglers alike. Bring your family and friends to Hammond Marina to enjoy food and beverages along with tackle and boat vendors, kids games, a live DJ, and of course a live weigh-in where a first place prize of up to $30,000 will be awarded based on a 150 boat field. Thanks to collaboration with the Horseshoe Hammond Casino, Hammond Marina, South Shore Conventions and Visitors Authority, and CalSag Bass Anglers. Registration is live for the South Shore Bass Open at southshorecva.com/SS Bass Open.
Welcome back. This is the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show. In bass fishing history, every season of the elites, a victory comes on time, a victory needed for the Bass Galaxy, a victory written in the proper bassin books. Bass Galaxy, we give you now a man who holds that victory. Bass Galaxy, your Wheeler Lake Bassin champion, the one and only Prince of Bassin, Prince of Palatka. It's Cliff Prince for the first time ever on the Strike Cast Show.
What's up, guys?
How are you, bud?
Oh, man, if I was any better, I couldn't stand it.
Hey, if you can't tell, we're a little excited to have you on this deal here, bud.
Hey, man, I hope so. I'm excited to be here.
Excellent. Give me the internet high five, Cliff.
Hey, what's up?
Boom. There it is right there. Buddy, I was telling you at the Derb, and I just said it here on the intro. This is a victory that the Bass Galaxy needed. Right on time. It just seemed there was all kinds of bitching going on in Bassin. Everybody, man, cry baby this, cry baby that, the milk's too warm. Hey, here comes Cliff Prince just knocking the shit out of the park. Congratulations on your victory, bud. Wheeler Lake.
Thank you.
That's how you derb. That's how you derb.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know, I hadn't had a real good season, and I was talking to Davey Hyatt, and I told him, I said, man, I can't blame it on anything other than just bad decisions. It's not anything that they're catching them better than I am. It's just that I'm not catching them. And it's nothing to do with electronics or any of that. I'm not blaming it on anybody other than myself, just making bad decisions and just being in a slump until Wheeler, you know. Yeah, and, you know, it hadn't been a good year till then, you know.
Yeah, but that old blue changed things around.
Yes, sir. 180.
Hey, but Cliff, everybody's always crybaby, and they forget to remember that no matter what, it's still the angler against the fish.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
You're not fishing against those guys and however they fish. You're fishing against the green fish, and long as you catch 5 ditch pickles that weigh 20 pounds every day, you'll be all right.
Just going to be and whatever it takes, whether it's a new technique of the periscope forward facing, or if it's old school chatterbugging and throwing a frog, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's whatever it takes, man, because you're a professional angler.
Yep. Yep. And everybody always asks, say, what's your strength? And I said, I really don't have one. I just try to be versatile and keep an open mind. And that's kind of the way I went to Wheeler. I didn't do any research. I didn't do anything. I didn't want to have any preconceived notions. I just wanted to go there and go fishing and find 5 a day.
Yeah, that's awesome, bud. And I could tell like you love bass fishing. I mean, isn't bass fishing one of the coolest things in the world? I mean, for real, isn't it?
Hey, every morning I can get up and go fishing is better than a lot of things I can think of. I could be doing.
Mean, America. happy birthday, America. But
that's right.
For real, I mean, seriously, the fact that you're able to turn your passion into a career is pretty cool. And besides that, bass fishing is very cool right now. But hold on. Remember this. It wasn't always cool. Remember? It wasn't always cool.
That's right.
Now it's always now you're driving around in a truck and you got big rims and everything else. You're cool, even though you might be compensating for something. Now you're cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
But there was a time when it wasn't, right?
Oh yeah, there was guys sleeping in their trucks and all that, and I guess that still happens. But thank goodness if I ever get to that point, y'all won't ever see me again.
I mean, it's I like the realism here. That's true. I like where you're coming from, but it's based on the desire to catch fish, right?
Yes, it is. It sure is. And I've just always been passionate about the outdoors and fishing. My uncle was a guide back whenever I was very little, and I just thought it was the coolest thing that he got to fish for a living. And now I'm doing it. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I never seen myself as a professional angler coming up. I always knew it was there, the passion for it, but I never coming up. We didn't have junior, fishing and high school fishing and college fishing whenever I was coming up. I rodeoed and all that whenever I was coming up through school, and then whenever I graduated from school, the first thing I bought was a bass boat. And
now you mean you were in the rodeo or fishing derb rodeos?
I was into rodeoing. I rode horses and all that good stuff whenever I was coming up in my younger days. And anyway, when I graduated high school, I started hanging out with some buddies that actually were tournament fishing and stuff like that. And that first thing I bought was a bass boat so I could tournament fish with my buddies.
Nice. And, what was it? What'd you get? Do you remember?
It was a 14-foot glass stream with a 70-horse Yamaha on it.
Oh, the old glass stream.
Perfect. The old glass stream.
Yes, sir.
14-footer. Yeah, I thought I was uptown.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah. And then you went Durban. How much was the first check you ever cashed? Tournament bass fishing.
I can remember it like it was yesterday. Me and my buddy won a afternoon tournament. It had like 10 boats in it, and we probably our entry fee was probably $10 a boat, and we probably won like $90. We thought we were big dogs.
You went to Arby's, man.
Yeah.
You're like, I can afford Arby's.
That's right. Yeah, we splurged that night. That's
large Coke.
Yeah, super size them. No doubt about it. I mean, for real, but that's again back in those days, bass fishing wasn't necessarily as cool to do that. Like,
no.
Now every kid in the state of Alabama seems to bass fish, and there's nothing wrong with that. Believe me, nothing wrong with it. But I mean, back in the day, people were doing other stuff, like maybe rodeos.
Yeah. I did. That's all I did whenever I was coming up. My dad was into horses and stuff like that whenever I was younger. And
so, how old were you when you were doing that rodeo stuff?
I started rodeoing like whenever I was in 6th and 7th grade, right through high school.
Wow, no wonder you're so tough.
I don't know about that, but
you can take the rules of the Elite Series for crying out loud.
Yeah,
that helps.
I mean, rodeo was kind of mental, just like bass fishing. So it kind of I knew the kind of the mindset, not let people get in your head and stuff like that. The guys that I rodeoed with and stuff like that, they were always, hey man, don't let them guys get in your head. Go do your thing. And fishing's the same thing. You can let those guys get in your head, and they always say you're not competing against them. You're competing against either, the calf that you're roping or whatever. And the fishing's the same way. You're not competing against the anglers. You're competing against the fish. As long as you beat them and catch them, you'll do your part.
Yeah.
And I got hungry when you said roping calf. I don't know if that was odd or not. I wanted some veal all of a sudden. I don't know.
I hear you. I hear you.
Man, I could tell you take bass fishing serious, and especially when it comes to tournaments. I've observed you on tour, and you're very focused. Would meticulous and detailed be a correct way to describe you, Cliff?
I'm not meticulous, and I'm not an Aaron Martin's type.
Right, I got you there.
I when I get zeroed in on something, I get pretty specific with it. And like I say, I'm not as meticulous as some guys, but I like the stuff. I like my stuff to be right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you're kind of set in your ways. Maybe that's how I should have phrased it.
Right,
you are
right.
kind of set in your ways, but willing to expand.
Yeah, I mean, I love offshore fishing. I love fishing the bank. I like sight fishing. I like to catch them a lot of different ways, and you know, I don't say, all right, I'm doing this, and I let the fish kind of tell me what they want. I mean, I've had practices where I've only had one bite in practice, and that's some of my best tournaments because I go so
Hear
open.
that a lot.
I try to go open. I try to go open minded, and I mean, there's several tournaments that I've had that the first day of the tournament, I only catch 3 fish. I know of 2 tournaments in my career that the first day I didn't have anything going. And then I figured out something the first day of the tournament. And then if I'd have just caught a limit the first day, I'd have won either one of those tournaments. And, that's just, I try to stay open minded and let the fish tell me what they want. And every day changes.
Old school stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
pattern fishing.
Yeah, proper bass and man fishing. I mean, so let's put it this way: you kind of have that style about you, that old school style. And I say that. I mean, I say that.
I grew up old style fishing. I mean,
who do you pattern your style after in bass fishing?
I grew up fishing with Manuel Spencer. He qualified for a couple of classics back in the day. And I fished with his son for several years, and then I started fishing tournaments with him. And he pretty much taught me how to find fish and fish a plastic worm. I mean, he was sure enough old school.
Nice, good old worm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, old 7-inch curly tail. You
can't beat a Florida staple, bud. Florida
exactly
staple.
Right.
I mean, and you're still on the Bass Assassin, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Your team. I mean, that's a Florida staple right there.
Oh, yes, sir.
Bass
yes,
Assassin.
sir.
You got your Bass Assassins, you got your Culprits, you got your Gambler, and Charlie's. And that covers Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right there. I mean, awesome. So, I mean, as far as molding your style, they're learning how to fish a plastic worm and stick it to it. Was that kind of the key to your success? I mean, was that something that you were doing at the beginning of your career that enabled you to, let's say, qualify for the elites?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started fishing tournaments, I traveled around here locally, and I was competing against the same 10 guys. And I started traveling to Okeechobee and Kissimmee and Seminole and places like that, and then I started fishing the opens, and that was when I first really started traveling out of the state of Florida, bass fishing. Was when I started fishing the opens, and had some early success. You know, I did, and it was all to do with fishing here on the St. John's. The St. John's, you can catch them so many different ways. It's tidal. You can run in, you can go to Rodman and fish it like any reservoir. And, I mean, every day is different here on the river. So I can't go out and practice tomorrow and depend on that pattern to help stand up for the next day, because just the wind direction changes everything. So
I noticed that thing.
Yeah, that's changed. That's taught me to not rely on what I did the day before or the day before. And, it's always kept me open-minded.
I like it. The ability to adapt again.
Yeah.
In tournament style, especially that St. John's River. What a beautiful stomping ground for you to
man, it's
learn
been
how
awesome.
to bass fish.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Cliff, too. When you said you're fishing against the same 10 guys and then you branched out a little bit, when you were fishing those smaller tournaments before you made the step to the opens, were you winning a lot in those smaller tournaments?
I had some success, and like I say, I was competing against the same 10 guys, so I'd win one weekend, and then somebody else would win one the next weekend, or we'd have a Saturday tournament, a Sunday tournament, and I did. I had some good local success, and I suggest that to anybody that wants to go try tournament fishing is to
hear
have
that,
some,
Ryan?
That's what I was getting at.
See, that's him
have
right
some
now, Cliff.
success
That's
at
what he's
home.
doing. Winning one, second the next. Winning one, second the
Right.
next. Same thing,
Yep.
guys. Da. Fish the opens, win, Ryan. Be an elite, right?
That's right.
There
Come
it is. Come on, Cliff. Says.
Anybody got 30K?
He's looking for sponsors. Come on. Cliff, you seem pretty easy going most of the time, man. Are
I
you
am.
consider yourself that way? Yeah.
Man, I'm as easy as they come.
I can tell that about you, but there's got to be something that grinds your gears. Something. I mean, there's got to be.
I try to stay. I try to stay neutral with all that.
Like Switzerland. Yeah. But I mean, but for real, I mean, there's got to be something in bassing that grinds your gears. Or maybe it's something in life. Maybe it's the guy that don't put the shopping cart back. I don't know. I don't know, but there's got to be something that grinds your gears. What is it? There's got to be something.
Nah, man. I just, I try to treat people, while I'm on the road fishing, pull up the gas pump. I try to treat other people like I want to be treated. And
God's golden rule. I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
But
that's all
hey,
great. But
I mean,
listen.
I get wound up.
Listen, you're in a turn
keep it
lane,
under wraps.
and somebody doesn't pull out far enough, for the yellow light to go to where you get to go. That doesn't piss you off? Come on.
And he's on his way to the dirt.
Yeah, it does. I have a little
right
road
at the
rage
line.
every now and then.
Come on.
You just got a call from Lisa. She's like, "Where are you, Cliff? You're 5 minutes late, but there's a big line, Lisa. I can't get my boat up there.
There's a train.
There's a train. It's a train in Palatka.
Having me today.
That's it.
But good. I like that you're laid back.
I'm inspired. I'm gonna try to do this. Not get mad.
Yeah.
Don't get mad, Ryan.
Just don't ride to the Walmart with me, all right?
The steering wheel gets punched a lot.
Hey, with all that being said, Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky, laid back. I mean, what's your guilty pleasure in life?
Man.
I mean, what's your guilty pleasure in life or bass fishing? Come on, you got
Man, I'm very passionate about deer hunting. I love the saltwater fish.
Both of those.
Oh yeah. I meet up with deer hunting. I love it.
Okay.
Yep.
Mine's Haagen-Dazs and Coca-Cola.
I hear you.
Yeah, those are my guilty pleasures.
That is a downfall. You can tell.
Yeah. I mean, I have to do some cardio just to get rid of the consumption of those.
That's right.
But I know a lot of its commonality amongst a bunch of anglers is deer hunting.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Any of the guys that are good fishermen are usually good deer hunters also.
Hey, now get this.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of the rookies saying this now. They're like, Those guys been around a long time. They're wasting their time hunting. We're fishing all 12 months. You
They
let
are,
them go
man.
kill deer.
Hey,
We're going to get backstrapped from our neighbor. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I'm telling you, them young guns has been kicking my teeth in, and I mean,
All they do is fish. All they do is fish. Cliff.
Hey, man,
November, December.
Trey McKinney. I mean, he come to Palatka right after we left Texas, and he had just left Harris Chain, fished it till it went off limits. Come to Palatka, fished to St. John's till it went off limits. Drove his rig to Lake Murray, dropped his rig off at Lake Murray, and flew to the Classic. When the Classic was over, he flew back to Lake Murray and fished it till it went off limits.
That's
you
insane.
know, or until he had to come to back. And I don't think he's been home all year. And I mean, he's up north. He's up north right now fishing, and I don't blame him. If I was his age,
yeah,
and had the opportunity, hey, my hat's off to him. I more power to him. And I mean, he's an awesome fisherman. Obviously,
they
and
all the rookies
they
are.
They are, man.
The,
I mean, they have earned their right to be there, and you know, they can catch them. And
I mean,
regardless if
and
it's
for
live
real,
scoping or not, you know.
Get this, Cliff. My assignment from Bassmaster is in the Marshall program is to ride with a rookie the first day of the event, and man, they're good. Yep. They are good. They are good, bud, and you can tell all they do is bass fish. I don't think they do anything else but bass fish. I don't even know if any of them, a lot of them, even kissed a girl. And what's the over under on that, Ryan?
No time.
So there's 9 rookies. What do you think? What's the over under on the virginity ratio here, Cliff? What do you think?
I'm
Out
not
of the
going
9.
there.
No?
I'm not going there, man. I'm not.
I'm saying there's
I
3
on
virgins out of the 9.
I think I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, man. I
mean, most of this stuff goes on Friday nights. There's derbies.
Yeah, there's derby Saturday. They ain't doing nothing on a Friday except Durbin on a Saturday. So I think I'm going to stick with 3.
Yeah.
My answer's 3 for fantasy bass fishing, Ronnie Moore. That's it. All right, back to the show, Cliff. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about the importance of tackle. We do a little thing here on Straycast. It's called 3 on deck, 1 in hand. And this is, I got this memo from Lisa before the show today. And going forward, this is breaking news, okay? Going forward for the Bassmaster. Yep, breaking news. This is a true story I just made up, Cliff. So going the rest of the season, you are only allowed to use 4 rods and reels. Only allowed to use 4 rods and reels at one time. Stop it, Ryan. Popcorn got me on the Takumi. You're only allowed to have 4 rods and reels on your deck.
Okay.
4 on deck, 1 in hand.
Okay.
4 can't change them for a whole elite season.
Wow.
Okay. 4 rods, 4 reels, 4 baits.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Let us know in detail. What do you got?
What,
4 rods.
What I would have on my deck.
On your deck. Yes,
whole
sir.
Season.
Whole season.
The whole season. And it's
whole
only
season.
4.
4. And you can't change it. Yeah. 4. Like 4 sticks.
Okay.
John Bonham.
For one is a spinning rod. Do I have to give specifics?
Yeah, absolute specific as can be.
Yep, rod.
Right.
I mean, the thing that
base.
they're going to carry you through a whole season.
Yeah.
This is like saying to a carpenter, you get 4 tools
Okay.
for every job.
All right. The first one that I'm gonna have on my deck, which y'all are gonna fall out being up from Florida, is going to be a spinning rod with 20-pound cigar tatsu or braid, 20-pound braid with a 15-pound tatsu leader with a wacky rig on it, and that's going to be a Fitzgerald rod 610 Brian Thrift series and a CI4 Shimano spinning reel.
Is that a 4-inch or a 5-inch wacky? We got to be specific.
Yes, please.
4-inch. 4-inch.
What's the hook?
4-inch. It is a owner with a it's a, what do they call that? It's got a little lead head on it, a little wacky rig head on it with a
Oh, the Itchkey Watchkey.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then my second one's going to be a 7.3 medium Fitzgerald rod with 17-pound Tatsu fluorocarbon, a 7.4 Shimano Corrado reel, and that's going to have a chatterbait on it.
Okay, now hold on. Stop the presses here. That is the rod that was primarily responsible for helping you win this Wheeler Lake event.
Correct.
That's the doing.
Correct.
It is.
The
And
exact
again,
setup.
here it is. For that rod from Fitzgerald, that's the 7.3 medium, right?
Yep.
Like and share the live Facebook feed. And Cliff's going to send you one. Compliments
That's right.
of himself and Fitzgerald. That's pretty cool. But it's coming from Brian Thrift's house, which is the cool part of it.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
So it might be
That's
used.
all right.
yeah, it could be slightly used. Yeah, Brian likes to run and gun a lot.
He's got to test it.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah,
okay. So we have the spin pole in the 7.3, and the
Yep.
7.3 again had the 7 3-to-1 Corrado. What pound line?
17-pound fluorocarbon. Yep.
17-pound Tatsu Floro, and a Chickasee chicken, a cheddar chicken.
Yep.
Okay, I like it. Okay, what's your third choice, Cliff?
Then I want to have a 6.8 medium heavy Fitzgerald rod with a 7.4 Shimano Corrado reel. It's going to have 20-pound mono on it with a top water.
Okay, I like that.
Yep.
Nice.
Any
What's
kind of
it?
top water.
No, there's one. There's one.
What's the top?
Oh, one. It's got to
Yeah.
be. It's going to be a Zell pop.
Oh, an old self. I like it.
I
like it. I like it. Hey, back to the chatter chicken. What size is that, and what's the trailer we're getting
Half
at?
ounce. And it's going to be a half-ounce chatterbait.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a jackhammer.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to have a Little Boss swim bait by Bass Assassin.
That's the Bass Assassin Little Boss. That's what you won the derb on.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. I throw that a bunch.
Okay,
A bunch
I like
all
it.
over the country.
Confident.
I've caught fish in New York, Wisconsin, Clear Lake, and here in Florida. I mean, I use it all over. So
I notice you drop the chatter bait and you grind it. More
I did in that
than-
tournament that I won. Yes,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of
Yep.
seems to be a Florida thing. Is that the shell bed kind of deal coming out?
it
or-
is. Yeah, that's them fish relating to the bottom. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry. Back to the third stick. Third stick is 6.8 medium heavy mono top water Zell pop.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Fourth rod, Cliff.
Fourth rod is going to be a flipping stick
Yeah.
with
Yes, son. Yes,
50-pound braid.
Yes, son.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We're going to have a 5/0 owner hook with
I like
a 1 ounce, tungsten sinker.
it. Uh-huh.
Yeah. We're going to have something a beef stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaff them and swang them.
That's right.
I like it.
All right, bonus round.
Okay.
What's getting thrown the most in a season?
Oh, look at that. On the
That
floor.
the chatterbait.
Chatterbait.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go wacky rig, but
That's the comp.
No, well, I mean, the wacky rig, I mean, if all else fails, that you can catch them all across the country with that. But
absolutely
the chatterbait's probably,
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much if you want to fish the bank like I do, it'll catch them pretty much 12 months out of the year.
Yeah.
You take that thing right out of the package and put the trailer on and throw it, or you trim it, or you get fancy with it. What do you do?
I pull some strands out of it. Yes, I do.
Oh,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
that red hike guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
some of them come a little heavy on the the skirt, so I pull
Yeah.
some of the skirt off.
You like a thin
Okay.
gal.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I
Well,
get
it just gives it a little more action,
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, traditionally and historically, yes.
Yes.
I'm with you there, 100%. Hey, I see you as a guy that likes to get down to some proper jams. You know what I mean? Like on your way to the lake, I see Cliff
Yep.
Prince just windows down and music blaring. Like, what's your jam? Like, what's your jam,
Man,
Cliff Prince?
I'm old school, man. I'm AC/DC.
Yeah.
Molly Hatchet and all that.
Oh
good stuff.
yeah. You ever take a slow ride with fog hat? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Little
man.
country cruising, you know?
Yeah, I like some old country rock now.
No, I get it,
Nice.
man. And the Florida boy, you got to like you some Skinner. You know, they spend a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
time
Leonard
up
Skinner's
through them.
good. Yeah,
And
I got all that on my phone. Got all that.
Nice. So
Not
have
just songs, we got albums.
Yes. Yes.
So there's a couple embarrassing moments that can happen to any bass angler as he's traveling across the nation in his truck. And in one of those is, you know, you being of professional elite status, you stop at a stoplight, but you know, you kind of get caught maybe picking your nose. I mean, that happens to the best of us anywhere and
Yeah,
anywhere, Cliff.
Hey,
You know,
man.
Hey, you only get caught if you're trying to hide it.
yeah, you can,
Right.
you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. And it's embarrassing when you get caught at a stoplight. But here's another thing that can be embarrassing too at a stoplight. You're caught just jamming a tune, like singing it at the top of your lungs, and then you look over and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting it." You know what I mean? You don't know if you should keep singing or if you should stop. You make eye contact with them. You don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Well, it depends. It depends on if it's you catching me or it's Rick Clun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more shame involved with one of them.
Yeah, that's that. We can leave that answer out of this for the imagination.
I feel like you can relate, you know?
100%. It's you name awkward, embarrassing moments that I've only been traveling with the Bassmasters 1 year, and I just keep doing awkward things every week. I don't know what it is. Hey, speaking of Bassmaster, I need your opinion on this.
Okay.
What's the most important moment in Bassmaster history?
The most important moment
in Bassmaster history. I'm talking since its inception by Ray Scott.
I'm guessing it was whenever Ray Scott was at Lake Seminole having a meeting about how to create BASS. That was probably the most prominent moment ever in the history of bass fishing.
Yeah, that's the embryonic stage, I guess, right there.
I mean,
out that moment.
For him to have the to look into the future to see what he could turn it into. I mean, he was definitely a creator for sure.
I mean, think about this. You've been at this since 2012, and you that was your first year as an elite. Okay.
Right.
I mean, who would have thought, Cliff, that, I mean, this is a cutthroat sport. And you're standing the test of time, a long overdue victory. We hear this all the time. He paid his dues. His time has come.
Right.
And it's true. I mean, it really is, man. I mean, because perseverance is everything. This many years without a win. Hey, look, it happened to Bill Lowen too. You know, same kind of deal.
Yep.
Same kind of deal, man. And,
sure did.
And it's got to be a spirit lifter, isn't it? Can you describe the feeling?
Oh, yeah, man.
It's come for you mentally.
Yeah, I mean, they can't ever take that away from you, you know, and to beat the best 100 guys in the country is not an easy task. And not only is it not an easy task, everything has to go right. And there's so many different things that can go wrong, just little things that can cost you a victory. I mean, it's a dead fish. It's I mean, wind direction. I mean, just
getting a phone call from your mom. I mean, anything.
Yeah. I mean, at Wheeler, they were panicking, thinking I wasn't going to make it in, and they were trying to call me. And just luckily, I didn't have my ringer turned on, because when I'm fishing a tournament, everybody knows I'm fishing, and if I hear my phone ring, I tell my marshal, hey, I'm gonna look at my phone to make sure it's not an emergency. So if they would have been calling me, and they were thinking I was gonna be late coming in to check in, and they were calling me, and just luckily I didn't have my ringer turned on that day.
Wow.
I probably would have answered it once I seen that they were they called me
Blowing
like
you
5
up.
times.
Yikes! We're glad that did not happen to you.
Yeah.
Holy
You know, it's just,
criminy.
you know, hey, all I can say is the good Lord was looking out for me that week because,
Yeah,
I mean,
buddy.
he,
Wow.
he,
Little
yeah,
little subtleties. Wow. There's
little
one.
things, man, just little things. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's so many. There's so many different things that can happen. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, I was at Table Rock, the one that Mike McClellan won
Yeah.
many years ago.
We love Mike.
I remember that one.
Yep. Mike's a great, awesome fisherman, and there's 3 different river creeks you can go up at Table Rock, and the one that was telling me I need to go to, I said no, I'm gonna wait. I'll go there tomorrow. Well, I went up the other river where everybody else was catching them, and I had some bites up there too.
Okay.
I only caught 3 fish that day. I come back the next day and go up there where mine was telling me I should have went the first day, and I catch the biggest bag of the tournament.
Gut instincts.
Yeah, and I lose that tournament by 2 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Never
I mean,
go
that's
against-
just the
never
little
go
thing,
against
the
family.
little things that just, I mean, just turn your whole weekend upside down.
Ryan, you just nailed it. What did you say? Say it
Said
again.
Never go against your gut. And then
That's
from
exactly
God's hand,
right.
Never go against the family.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never go against the family and never go against your gut. Because either way, you're going to end up with a horse head in your bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty much it. Pretty much it. Hey, man, June 2011, Douglas Lake, 34th place finish, secured your history.
Yeah.
In the Bassmaster Elite.
That's right. Yep.
And it's been an upward ride. I mean, or let's say a ride of ups and downs.
Oh yeah.
The whole way.
Sure.
But here's the victory. Here's the victory. And get this. On strike, I know you've talked a lot about your victory so far, Cliff, and we do a little thing here on Straycast, and it's called Victory in a Nutshell. Okay. And it's kind of like bullet points and brief. What would you call it, Ryan?
Briefly getting into the weeds.
Briefly getting into the weeds of tournament angling. Yeah.
Okay.
That's deep. A tournament angling for sure. And Ryan Popcorn Whitaker here, Cliff, is going to bring you the Stray Cast tournament victory in a nutshell with Cliff.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here it is.
All right,
Take it
all
over,
right,
Pop.
all right. I'm going to tell you some things you know already, and then I got some questions about some things that I don't know.
Some things he knows already, and some things that he doesn't know.
Some things that you know that I don't know. Yeah. All right.
You'll get it, Cliff.
All right.
You know, reading about this tournament, it was a dominant victory. 80 pounds, 15 ounces, almost 4 pounds, just an ounce under 4 pound margin from your next competitor. Kind of one spot. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, it was. It really was. Yep.
Textbook.
And
textbook.
So in getting into how you found that spot, I read that you had just kind of seen a few shad scattering in your graph in practice, and you were like, I should probably make a cast here because they're scattering. And you got 2 bites, and you shook them both off. Is that correct?
I did. Yep.
Okay. So you shook them both off.
Yep.
And then you're like, all right.
And you knew.
I mean, so that was an important detail for me to read because, you know, I fish a lot of tournaments, and it's really hard for me to go to a new spot and not at least stick one, especially if it's a little offshore. I like to stick one, and I don't think I'm alone in that. I think a lot of tournament anglers
that's tough.
like
Gotta be
especially
tough.
the first day of practice. You want to stick one, but you didn't stick one. Why?
I did not.
Is that something you do regularly?
Well, the reason I didn't was because there was competitors in the area.
Okay.
There was guys around. You know, I was off the channel about, I don't know, 150, 200 yards.
Yeah.
And there was guys fishing the channel out there. And when I was on the phone and I was idling, I was trying to just find something off the channel because everybody was fishing the channel, you know, the edge of the channel. And I was on the phone. I can't remember who, I don't remember who I was on the phone with, but I seen 2 shad run across the top of the water. And I'm like, I might ought to stop and fish here. You know, whatever. And I shut the boat off and got off the phone, and I made a cast over there, and I got a bite. I shook it off, and I threw back up there and got another bite, and I just fired up and left. I just left. And then the last day of practice, my wife rode with me.
Yep.
And she was going to shoot some videos and pictures and this and that. And I was fixing to get off the water, and she said, let's go one more. She said, let's go check one more place. I said, all right. I said, well, let's go down here where I had a couple of bites the first day of practice. And we shut down out in the channel, and I'm idling in, and I'm looking at where my waypoint is, and I look up there, and there's a local. And I said, I think he's pretty close to where my waypoint is. And about that time, he set the hook, and he had his trolling motor on spot lock. We had a little bit of current that day.
Okay.
And he had his trolling motor on spot lock, and he was standing in the back of the boat, and he was literally catching them every cast.
Oh, yuck. On your home.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's where I was at, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and there was a couple of guys out there fishing that flat. Ray Hanselman was one of them. Caleb Summerall was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I saw where you were out there. Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Williamson.
Second, by the way.
He was out there on that flat, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm sure they're watching this guy, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they, you know, how they didn't see him. I honestly don't. But he was catching them every cast, and I told my wife, I said I was planning on starting up the river on some eelgrass because I'd had several bites up there, but I was thinking 12 pounds tops, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I might as well try to start there. I said, I'll probably be starting there with 10 other boats. And I was boat 24, 25, and I took off and I run down there. Wasn't a soul there. Caleb's Summerall was out there. Ray Hanselman was out there, but they were just fishing the grass flat. And about 3 casts into where I thought where my waypoint was, I fired up there, and one knocked my chatterbait sideways. I'm like, well, and then the next cast, it was like every cast, it was, I mean, it was
I
just
love it.
crazy.
I love it. That's why bass fishing is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 15 pounds in 10 casts.
Wow.
And I'm like, this place is good. Then I catch a couple of 4-pounders. So I get I get to where I'm thinking I'm close to 20 pounds. And I told my marshal, he was a 10th grader in high school. And I said, man, I hate to do this to you, but I said, it's going to get really boring today. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I'm not making another cast up there. And he goes, why not? I said, if nobody else comes here, and about the time I said that, like 50 of them come up.
Oh, no.
Like 50 of them, 4 and 5 pounders come up schooling on
just
shad.
going wild.
Oh, yeah, as big as your hand. And I'm like, man, if they see that, they're coming. And so I pretty much, what I did all day, if somebody started fishing towards me, I started fishing towards them.
Okay. Makes sense.
Trying to keep them away from it. Because
playing defense.
Right.
Yeah, there was absolutely no wind. So, I mean, even if a shad, as big as those shad were, you could see them for 200 yards away.
Right.
And so I tried to, if nobody come there that first day, I'm like, I might have this place to myself.
Right.
And you know, and I'm like boat, you know, 70 something the next day. So I'm like, man, somebody's gonna be there. I get there, nobody's there. I'm like,
that's unreal.
Yeah.
So
unreal.
Yeah, not to back you up here, but I gotta ask you, when you saw that boat there on that third day of practice and he's catching them, it sounds to me like you were like, oh, this is a good thing. Like you felt positive about that, right? I feel like most people would be like, shit.
Yeah, there goes my stops. He's burning my spot.
Well, you know,
maybe it's not special. Maybe everybody knows about it. But it sounded like you were like that. No, that's good. That's good.
Well, you know, my whole thing is you know, Bernie, I told Bernie about it, Bernie Schultz. And he goes, man, he said, why didn't you go up and say something to him? I'm like, man, that's the last thing I want to do.
Right.
Because that might, you know, you don't, when you go to approach somebody like that, you don't ever know how they're going to respond. It could be in a positive way.
Scott Martin got shot at in that canal going into Opaka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
somebody almost killed Chris Zaldane too a couple weeks ago.
Well, I mean, it's just like you don't know. You know what I mean?
He might have said, "Oh, you got a tournament tomorrow? I'm going to come beat up on him."
Yeah,
he might
hate
fisherman.
It happened to John Cox and too. I saw it. Yeah, so you're right, Cliff.
That's
you're
the
right
move. Just let.
I just you're not going to change his mind on what he wants to do. If he wants to sit there and catch them till dark, let him.
So be it.
It is what it is, and no matter what you say, it's not going to change his mindset. Right. So
and it worked out. That attitude worked out. Day 2, you show up, nobody there. Boom.
And if
nobody was there,
he's not there.
Yeah, nobody was there, and in the first hour, I catch my weight and I do the same thing. I told my cameraman, I said, man, I hate to do this, but I said, we're not going to catch nothing the rest of the day. Because, we might catch 1 or 2 fishing around there, just fishing around the grass. But, yeah.
Catch you some gar. Go gar fishing.
Go gar fishing. I knew that was the place to win it on, especially if I could have it to myself. And I didn't want somebody to just randomly run down there and stop and go fishing and just see a shad run across the water.
Yeah, and be like, oh yeah, magic spot, I got it. Screw you.
Yeah, you just don't know. And all the locals were great, man. I made a point if a local come up there to watch to get over there close enough to him that I could thank him for not fishing. And,
right.
Wheeler's a cool lake.
Yeah,
obviously you love it. You won.
Yeah, but some of those places we go we're not so fortunate in that situation.
You're right.
And,
right. So,
yep.
So you just covered like my first 4 bullet points,
nice,
which is great. Can you be on the show every week? Because you just did.
You want to do tournament in a nutshell with Ryan?
You just did everything in order
with every champion.
So that's so. Is that a rare thing that you, as far as like fishing one spot, that there was other anglers around? Is that rare that you're able to kind of stay on a spot for 4 days and not have any negative run-ins with people? Or is that?
Yeah, I've had guys. I was leading the event at Bull Shoals, and I was standing on the dock with Terry Scroggins and Kevin Van Dam that morning. I think it was Kevin. And I had I'm not going to mention no names. I had a particular angler come up to me, and I'm standing there with the camera in my face. He goes, I knew those fish were there. I'm coming in there today. And I'd never seen this guy.
Just like that? All sassy?
Just like that. I'm like, well, come on.
Give us his initials. We want to know who this sassy pants is.
And Terry Scroggins says, man, you going to let him do that? I'm like, hey, if he wants to come in there, I'm not getting an argument with him about it. I'm just going to put a mark in my book. And one of the days the table's going to be turned. And I'm going to get return that favor. So, I'm not a very confrontational person. And when somebody does that to me, I just put a marker in my book and hopefully the table's turn one day.
Big Show would have pulled his britches down and spanked him, and you know it. That's what he wanted to do. Scroggins wanted to pull them britches down.
Yeah, you know it.
Teach that boy a lesson. You're an elite, son.
Yeah, that was like my first or second year, and
welcome to the big
that particular person. That particular person had been around for a long time, so
Oh boy,
but he didn't catch nothing, so it didn't bother me.
Okay.
Hey, Boyd Duckett should have never done that.
Yeah, Duckett should have never pulled that. Unreal. Fake.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. All right, so talking about this spot, let's talk about let's get in the weeds a little bit on the spot.
Okay.
It sounds like, to me, what I heard about it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like it was kind of a hard spot, shell bed, rock bed, whatever, surrounded by a wall of grass. Is that what it was?
Yeah. There was certain channels in there, and for whatever reason, I know the reason. There was hard spots, and that's where the grass wasn't growing.
Okay.
And that's kind of, I'm guessing that grass kind of channeled the bait through there.
Mm-hmm.
And
dinner table.
Yeah, it looked like a
and,
Bernie Schultz Bass Times illustration. The spot.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, Cliff?
Exactly.
Like Bernie drew that. That's perfect spot.
And the whole tournament, I didn't turn my electronics on at all. I had kept everything slept.
That's pretty wild.
And
so we're going next.
Yeah.
When the third day after I caught the big bag, I turned my forward facing on, and I did that just to see if I could see what was left
more.
And for whatever reason, in that little 50 to 100-yard stretch, that's where all the bait was channeling through. I mean, I seen 3 or 4 different schools of bait, and they were all different sizes, from some of them from an inch long to as big as your hand. And that's the reason the fish were there. And I didn't know that. I seen shad running that first day, but I didn't know that at the time whenever I was, because I didn't turn my electronics on to see that stuff. I wanted to stay away from those fish as far as I could, because I figured it was a local spot and they had a lot of pressure. So the less that they knew I was there, the better off I figured out my chances of catching one. And it paid off.
Got sneaky.
And you said that it was not on looking at your mapping chip, it was not an obvious spot. You said
no. I mean that whole flat's 4 foot for
forever.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
And there was nothing. I mean, even when I tried to side image it, that's what I went over there to do with my wife, is I was going to try to side image it and just see if there was some hard spot or something there, but there was so much grass there, and that guy was over there fishing, so I didn't mess with him. But I mean, that even when I turned my forward facing on, you can generally see shell and stuff on that, but I couldn't tell it, but just because there was a couple of walls of grass there, and it was just blocking the view of it.
Man.
Okay, so we established that you found a great spot.
Yep.
You found a spot with a lot of bait. You found a spot with a lot of fish.
Perfect ingredients.
But
just add water.
If you had to give 1 to 3 key ingredients to actually catching these fish and exploiting them, and winning the tournament on this one spot, what would that what do you owe that to actually winning the tournament off this one spot after finding?
Man, I'd have to give all the glory to God, because I mean it was a gift. I mean, seriously, because I mean, that
spot's a blessing.
Yeah. I mean, I've been fishing for a long time, and you don't find those places like that by yourself. Right. I mean, you think about Timmy Horton whenever he won the one up there at Champlain.
Ordered a pizza.
The pizza tournament.
Yeah, the pizza tournament.
The pizza tournament. I mean, that's just one of those places like that. I mean, you see how many years he's fished and how many places he's found like that in his career. So
that's your power pole play of the day.
All right, so you Timmy's was the pizza tournament. You said you had a lot of hours to kill. What were you eating?
I didn't eat nothing, man.
Nothing the whole day.
Not all day, man.
You're just eating off competitors.
Just fast. Just fast.
Get out of here.
Hey, honestly, when somebody come in there to fish, come close or whatever, I just start fishing towards them. Just
nice.
Throwing
I like that about you. You're playing D.
No, that's
some Denny Brower stuff, right?
Never said anything. Yep. I had never said anything. I mean, just
grin at them.
Hey, man, how you doing, man? You catching them? You had a good day or whatever, and just.
Yep.
If you know what I loved about that derby, besides that 22.6 bag, that that bag was outstanding. But I like I like that your victory came on Father's Day. I like that your family got to see you. They were out there in the pontoon.
They
and
were
smashing a 4-pounder. And you pretty much knew, heck yeah, I'm bringing it home. This is
right. Yeah.
That's a cool moment of bassing, dude.
Oh man, it was, when I caught that fish, it was, I don't know, it was an hour before weigh in or something like that. And I told myself if I can
You
just
went up a pound.
Yeah, or a little, probably a little better. I mean, that fish probably bettered me up a pound and a half or maybe 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm like, if somebody beats me today, you know, and I had one more 2-pounder I'd have liked to cold just to put a coffin in it, but a nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I caught that one, I'm like, man, if somebody beats me today, they're gonna have to have, you know, second place is gonna have to have 28 or better.
Right.
And
right.
you know, I'm like, they're gonna have to have a very exceptionally good day. And I had 26 the day before, and I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, man, if somebody beats me today, they have earned it. And I hated it was Ray that I beat, but hey, you got to beat somebody if you're going to win.
Yeah,
That's
man.
right.
I
That's
mean,
right.
dude, everything went in place too. And I mean, from the bait fish flickering to playing defense to you know, to smashing them early.
What, Pat? One other thing about technique wise, and then we're gonna move on. But you're talking about things going right. Talk about the wind. Talk about how they wouldn't bite when the wind was blowing.
Oh yeah,
which is crazy for a chatterbait bite.
That was the craziest thing, man. I don't, you know, they would bite when the wind was blowing, but it was more. I got more just nips and stuff like that when the wind was blowing. When it was slick, calm, I mean, they would just choke it. I don't know.
Backwards. So
I know.
backward.
We didn't. That's not how the book goes.
It's not. That's not what I was taught.
The third day, the morning that I had 26 pounds, I had over 20 pounds in like 10 minutes. I mean, literally. I mean, it was. My first cast. I mean, I made a couple of casts, kind of getting to where I knew I needed to make the cast. But my first cast on the juice, I lose a 4.5. And then I lose him, and I fire back up there, and I catch a 5. And I mean, it was just every cast. I mean, it was just,
Slick calm.
Man, it's like, it was, I mean, that was the morning that it was the calmest.
And just
why do you think? Why do you think that they were biting like that? With it
man,
being
I don't understand that. I guess the shad spawn was more prevalent whenever it was calm. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know
maybe that
what
grass
that
stalk sticking up. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't pushing it over or whatever. I don't know, but I mean, they were absolutely chewing that day. And I mean, I caught fish when the wind was blowing, but every day, other than the third morning, it was blowing when I'd get there, and then about 8:30, the wind would stop, and that's when I caught the big ones.
Man,
which also doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean
No.
that's
It doesn't. It's totally.
It's
I
supposed to
mean,
start blowing.
yeah, and it laid down. It would lay down for about an hour. My marshal or my cameraman, he goes, it's fixing to happen because he feel the wind. I mean,
he knew.
He's back there just beading sweat, you know.
Yeah, he knew it this time.
Yeah. He goes, yeah, man, it's fixing to happen.
The Alabama sizzle.
Yeah.
Man, you're congratulations again. I mean, carving your name in Bassmaster history. It's a big deal.
Right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again on the victory, Cliff. Yikes.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, we have the luxury of having access to Ronnie Moore's files.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, Ryan probes Ronnie Moore thoroughly.
It's a weekly.
He probes him hard every episode. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And we come up with the stats about the anglers that not everybody knows. These are Bassin stats. Okay.
Okay.
And and Ryan Popcorn Whitaker has some very interesting stats about your tournament history for you here, Cliff.
Okay.
Including your most recent victory on Wheeler. So check this out, dude. This is pretty.
We always love updating these stats right after a win because that boosts.
It gets it puts you up in the you know what I mean?
Right.
Illinois State Lotto.
All right, Cliff. Here's what we got. We got you have fished 146 Bassmaster derbies.
146 derbs, Cliff.
Wow.
Been to 3.
That's a lot more than I thought.
Chalk one
Not
up.
nowhere near like Rick, but
Chalk another one up.
79 times in the money.
Nice.
That's good.
Over halfers.
Yeah,
that's
over
nice.
half. Over half. One win. We've been talking about it.
Yes,
Wheeler
sir.
Lake. You've caught 4,124 pounds of bass in your Bassmaster career.
Wait, 4,124 pounds of bass, Cliff Prince.
That is correct.
That's a lot of LBs in 146 gerbs.
With those pounds, you have earned $704,004.43. We're going to cents now.
Okay, wow. They're all almost 750,000 bassin.
Yes.
All right. I mean, we've seen those stats. Yeah. Okay.
And
Want to
here's
know
the
what I
set.
spent?
Yeah, I know. We're here to count your money. Okay, that's what us bass fans count every pro angler's money. You know how that goes. You know how that goes.
And here's the set you can't read anywhere. With all that said, each pound of bass you catch is worth $170.
$170 a pound, averaged out. Nice,
Wow.
Cliff Prince.
That's more than red snapper per pound.
I'm telling. Let your wife know that she can go shopping. She can officially go shopping now after your Wheeler Lake victory.
So every pound she can spend $170. All right.
Well, let her just let's say every 4 pounder she can spend 3 pounds worth. How's that?
Okay, all right, cool.
I mean, that's a fair compromise. Go ahead and go on the Home Shopping Network, get you one of every kind of pocket knife. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Pay for it to get sharp.
That's what you need. But
taking that one step further, out of those 146 derbies, you are averaging $4,821 per tournament.
Almost breaking even.
Almost
breaking even.
I don't think. I think it's
just
probably more.
Boys.
Yeah,
because this is including opens, which are not 5K.
Oh, okay. All right, Ryan. On the behalf,
146 total derbies. Yeah,
That's
you're ahead.
You are doing good, considering. This just in. We may have, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's from the Sunshine State. It is the one and only, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Bassmaster superstar, the one and only Bernie Schultz. Yes, Bernie.
How you doing, Clifford?
All right.
Sorry to rain on your party here, but they asked me to show up.
No, you are not raining. You are raining excellence right now, Mr. Schultz, on this parade. That's for sure. Good to see you, Bern.
How you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're just talking to your buddy Cliff here. In case you didn't hear, your roomie won a big Bassmaster event, Bern.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
You ever hear about that?
It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
And we were just going over his stats, Bernie. Okay. Now I don't know if you heard any of that, if you were on the horn, but Ryan was probing Ronnie Moore. You know how Ryan does it. You remember Ryan in his probing. But did you hear Cliff's stats?
I did. I need a loan, Cliff.
No, well, hold on.
Hey, let's get it straight.
Wait, let's get things straightened out a minute. Let's see who's giving who a loan. Did you talk? We knew that Bern. Did you talk to Ronnie about Bernie?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I talked to him about it.
Okay. Well, so let's
we
see
went back to 1971.
Let's see. Back to the OG Bernie Schultz.
No, Bernie wasn't there, but we went back that far. I got everybody covered.
That was pre-visor Bernie Schultz.
That's right.
Yes.
I was born with a visor.
All right. What do you got, Ryan?
So Bernie, you have fished 370 Bassmaster tournaments.
Oh wow, Bernie, 370 derbs.
That's a number. So more than half, a lot more than half.
That's insane. Think about it, Bernie.
188 checks, 188 times in the money out of those 370. 20 top tens. And poundage. You have caught 9,601 pounds of bass in your Bassmaster career.
How many?
9,601 pounds.
Hey, Cliff, that's more than a peck in a bushel.
I know, man. That's 10,000 pounds.
Holy criminies.
That is several trucks.
Okay. I like it so far.
All right, you've earned $1,253,595.
$1 million man, Bernie Schultz.
Come on, $1.25 million.
Bringing it.
You are earning out of those 370 dirts, such a big sample size. You're averaging $130 a pound.
$130 a pound. That's out of a lot of derbs. Give it up for Bernie. That's good.
Bernie, what was your first year in Bassmaster?
I think I fished an invitational in Florida in '87. I think.
All right.
I believe that's right.
Super Bowl Bears.
'86. I don't know, something like that. It's been so long.
I was in 10th grade.
Thanks.
I mean, that's going back. Those stats going back 37 years, 38
Dude,
years. Yeah,
that's impressive, Bernie,
that's
for
solid.
real. That's pretty cool, dude.
And out of that, I mean, since 1986, 1987, you're averaging $3,388 per tournament. $3,388 per tournament.
Excellent. Seriously, those
That's
are
great.
Those are impressive stats for the veterans. Nice.
Anytime you're over a mil.
Cliff, that's what you need to aspire to.
I hear you.
All right, now you guys can talk as equals.
Yeah.
Well, you can argue about this, but
the money wise, who's loaning money to who now? Yeah,
That's
right.
I spent
Bernie.
all mine, so he's got the most recent.
Me
check.
too, buddy. Me too.
Bernie, it's great to have you back on the Stray Cash Show, and it's really cool that your buddy Cliff here got an old blue.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome to watch and be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, really cool, man. And in Wheeler Lake, man, you had a decent derb at the old Wheeler too. It was cool. I got to see some Bernie Schultz kid-like excitement. If you don't mind if I share with the Bass Galaxy.
No,
here.
not at all. Go ahead.
So I'm with Rick Clunn, Cliff, and we pull up, and Bernie's all excited. He's like, Rick, you're not going to believe what just happened to me. Now, correct me and jump in anything. Bernie, could you tell the story? You tell the story. I don't want to tell the story. Tell about the old figure eight. It was so awesome.
Oh yeah,
it was great.
It was a very unique situation. Very unique situation. I was catching fish on a horny toad and a ribbit frog, just buzzing it over the top of matted grass. Grass wasn't really matted heavily. It was kind of like crowned out its surface. And I had a fish blow up about, 10 or 12 feet from the boat at maybe 1 o'clock. And the fish got a mouthful of grass. The water was really clear. I saw him miss the frog. I didn't set the hook. I'm still reeling. And he's kind of tracking the frog. And my boat's sitting in a pretty good size mat of grass. I look like I'm part of the grass, I guess, this fish. Pretty well concealed. Anyway, this fish tracks my frog all the way up to the side of the boat, and I see him go under the mat, and I see a dark shadow under the mat, and I just figure eighted the frog, and he destroyed it. My biggest fish of the day was close to 6 pound fish. So
6 pounder, dude.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Bernie was like so excited. He's like, Rick, it just came up and smashed it. Like you were talking to Rick like you were a little kid. It was awesome, Bernie.
I've caught cobia and big barracuda and other fish figure eight, using the figure eight technique, but never a bass. And that was a pretty exceptional, experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really cool, dude.
Yeah, that was cool. And I had to share it with somebody. You guys were the closest boat.
We loved it. I mean, I was like, man, and Rick was like, you don't hear that too much. I'm like, yeah. Like, all right. Hey, I'll let you know that no disrespect to Mr. Clunn though, but he did put a horny toad on after that.
Well, good.
Yeah, he rigged one up. Wouldn't take long for anybody to do that.
No.
Rick's a friend, and he's helped me in the past. We talk quite, more often now than we did back in the day. Probably because we're the two oldest guys on tour now, but anyway,
seasoned veterans. Yes,
that's right. And he's helped me, and I wanted to check on him. If we see each other on the water, we usually compare notes, and so I came out there to see how you guys were doing, and hoping I could return the favor.
Yeah, and I know he had helped you out in Florida a little bit too.
He did. Yeah, we were at the Harris Chain. This was the one that who won that one? Help me, Cliff.
Goodness gracious! I'm
wait, which one?
Harris Chain. I'm
2 years ago.
It's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, a Tennessee boy.
Brandon. No. What, Brandon Lester?
We all need to be spanked for this.
Yeah, I'm having a brain fart. Yeah.
Well, anyway, there's that area called Banana Cove, and there was a bunch of fishermen in there, and a lot of fish in the spot, and Rick and I were throwing square bill crankbaits but he was spanking them a lot better than I was that day. And he asked me how I was doing. I said, I'm struggling. I don't have a limit yet. He said, what size bait are you throwing? And I was using a pretty modest size Shimano Macbeth square bill.
Yeah.
He said, increase the profile, throw a bigger bait, essentially. So I put on the biggest Macbeth that they make, and it was like a light switch. I mean, it's all of a sudden I started catching fish, caught them up to 6 pounds, and had a good finish because of that. So,
it was Buddy Gross, by the way.
Buddy. It was Buddy Gross.
Yep.
Buddy, forgive me. I should have remembered that. I apologize, but
in a spot similar to Cliff's Wheeler spot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he did a masterful job. He did that right under the noses of everybody in that Banana Cove area. He
sure did.
A friend.
Yep.
And showed us what we missed.
Unreal.
Sure did.
Hey, I mean, you guys run together. You're running partners, Cliff and Burn, this fall on NBC. I could see that as a show, Cliff and Burn, this fall on NBC. So tell us, Bernie, tell us something about Cliff Prince that not everybody knows. Traveling with you. Give us a little sneaky on your roomie.
I mean, first thing that comes to mind, Cliff is kind of a MacGyver, if you will.
Nice.
He is. I mean, the back of his Tundra has more tools than it does tackle.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's like a mobile mechanics truck, you know.
Need an oil change. You see Cliff Prince on tour.
He's got power tools. He's got every wrench, every socket, every screwdriver, you name it, he's got it. And that really helps me because I'm mechanically challenged. So that's been a blessing on more than a few occasions. A lot of people don't know that about Cliff, but he can fix anything.
Mr. Fix-It, Cliff Prince.
Yeah, wow. He reminds me of my granddad in that respect. My granddad can fix anything.
That's awesome.
He's easygoing. What you see is what you get. Family man, totally dedicated to his family. Kelly's been part of our crew. The kids we've traveled. I'm like the fifth wheel. I mean, we've gone a lot of places together. And when we first started traveling together, we didn't really know each other. We knew of each other, but as close as we are geographically, we really didn't know each other that well. And I was traveling with Zell Rowland at the time, and he fell off the tour. And so Cliff, I forget exactly how it happened. We ran into each other. And I said, "You want to hook up?" He said, "Yeah, let's do it." And it's been great ever since. But
awesome.
Kelly started traveling a little bit with us, and I wasn't sure how that was going to work out. But I'm going to tell you, it's right after the first couple of trips, it was my preference. She's really good at getting things done, detail oriented. You don't have to ask for anything twice, and usually you don't have to ask at all. She thinks of it for you.
Makes life easier on tour, doesn't it?
Huge, yeah. She's awesome, and the kids even travel with us quite a bit, and it's a solid family. What you see is literally what you get. It's a good God-fearing group of people that love each other. That's
proper bassers.
That's it.
There it is. I like it. And a bunch of traveling bassing gypsies.
Yeah, they are. We've been a lot of places together: California, Texas, New York. Even Cliff's mom goes along sometimes. Jessie, she's awesome too. We share the same politics, and she's pretty vocal about it, and I really appreciate that about her.
Nice.
Yeah. And she's a Gator fan.
There you go. You love that.
Yeah, I live in Gainesville, so it's hard not to be a Gator fan, but she's a big Gator fan.
Hey, Bern, I was talking to Popcorn, to Ryan a little bit before the show about some favorite Bernie Schultz moments, but I have a personal favorite Bernie Schultz moment, and that's I remember being at a Bass Pro Shops in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and it was probably, I don't know, 25 years ago or something like that, and I had my daughter on my shoulders and walk up, and there's Bernie Schultz, and nobody's in this Bass Pro Shop. And me and Bernie just start shooting the shit. And I happened to do work for Shimano at the time. Kevin Dart was our boss. Remember Kevin?
I do.
Dartanium drag, yes. But I mean, we just hit it off. And I just remember, I'm like, gosh, dang, Bernie Schultz is really cool. That's what I remember. It's like, because all I knew was what I read in Bassmaster. You know what I mean? But I get to hang out with the guy, and I was like, Cliff, he's pretty damn cool. You know what I mean? You got a cool room. Here's the other one. Now, I hate bringing this one up, but I always remember this about a Bernie Schultz tournament. I think it was on Okeechobee. You're smashing them on a Rapala. You're adding some weight to it. Twitch, catching bacon. He goes to retie, Cliff, and he's so excited about the bacon that he's on that Bernie snips his finger. And Bern, I hate to bring it up, but gosh, I remember that in Bassin history. Like, and Jerry McInnes had to cut away. I remember Jerry cutting away, and then come back, and then here's Bernie catching a 4-pounder on the Rapala. So I don't know.
Cliff, it looked like somebody field dressed a deer in my boat. Blood was everywhere.
Oh my God!
I bled. I must have hit an artery. I don't know, but it happened so quick, and I didn't have any Band-Aids, so I'm looking for electrical tape, trying to stop it. But things went downhill from there. I think Scroggins ended up winning that tournament.
He did, yeah.
But Cliff could
he was
fix
flipping mats back then.
Yeah, he was.
Cliff had tools for that. Ryan said.
Yeah, he had tools in his truck.
Right?
Yeah, I was going really old school in that thing. I was using an original Rapala floater in the kicker trails.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it was a
Those
great
were the
tournament.
good old days.
Yeah.
And I remember you just slightly waiting with the suspend dots too, just getting it down a little bit, and that was the key to. Yeah. I'm sorry, I've given away Bernie's secrets. Don't let me.
I probably haven't caught a fish on a rogue in 20 years, though. I got one better than that, though. I was leading an FLW tournament on Okeechobee, and it's day 4, and I've got this little. It's kind of a you might call it a bite. It's just a draw up into the reeds, a little pond, so to speak, is a dark water pond, about 2.5, 3 feet deep, and I was catching them on a rogue, and that one. Anyway, the 4th day, I got a good lead. I'm just practicing my speech. I think I'm going to run away with this tournament. I get there, and it's foggy, and I start seeing these objects in the water, and then I realize they're duck decoys.
Uh-oh.
And there's 30 of them. And there's this guy sitting off to the side.
Uh-oh.
And he got there before me. And I mean, he's the sweet spot, the absolute prime area is littered with duck decoys. And so needless to say, I didn't catch a fish in there. I had to go do something else. And
no.
Another guy won the tournament. But that was a really frustrating deal. I thought that was going to be mine. And it slipped through my fingers.
That is brutal.
Yeah.
I don't know. You says chuck that spinnerbait in between the ducks there. Maybe they were relating to the duck decoy pattern.
Yeah, they're on the decoy.
Yeah, I kind of confused the two tournaments. That one was a rogue tournament. The one that you were referring to was when I used an original floater.
Yeah, I remember the big one.
Yeah, 13. Yeah,
the big one. I remember it in the suspend dots. I can still hear Jerry McInnes walking us through it.
Yeah.
I really can. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
I can hear it, man. Hey, again, Bernie, it's cool. Thank you for hopping in here for a moment and sharing a little history with
anything I can do to mess up Cliff's day. It's going way too smooth. I had to.
Yeah. Cliff, is he an okay roommate? This guy is, you don't leave playing around, does he?
He's ornery every now and then, but he's all good. Yeah, I have to get on to him about being too negative. I have to keep him positive.
Yeah, keep it together.
Yeah, and then I got to call my wife. She's got to keep me positive.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, he's speaking the truth. Ken Duke, you guys know Ken Duke. He told me
you love Kenny.
Yeah, I do too. He said one time, some people see the glass half full, some people see the glass half empty. Bernie can't find his glass.
That makes sense. That sounds like a Ken Dukeism.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Bernie, you've been fishing good though, bud.
No, it's been a brutal year. Cliff and I. Oh man, I've had a hard time. I mean, it's really been a rough year. I've been finding fish. We both have, but for whatever reason, we haven't capitalized, and we totally missed the mark on Smith Lake. We chased a largemouth, and
that's a weird derby that was.
It was. I'd like to have it over again. I can tell you that. I
Yeah.
learned a lot in a short period of time, but it was too late.
I learned I got my butt kicked. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Is that your toe or is that your thumb I'm looking at on the screen?
Probably my thumb.
Hey, easy. That might not. Wait now.
I was like, what is that thing? Let's hope that's not
What
a
the heck is that thing?
This is a free show.
some kind of body part.
Save the feet for the OnlyFans, Cliff.
Right.
That's right.
Hey, man. You're a Bassmaster Elite Series champion. That's pretty dang cool. And both of you boys are forces to be reckoned with in our eyes here.
We're going north. We got a chance now.
Yeah, Brent, you do good north, bud. You do good.
Yeah. He
We're going
does.
north.
Yeah.
Speaking of North, I have a Bernie Schultz story, and it's not that great, but
well, I want to hear it. You can't
it.
just say, "Oh, I have a
went
Bernie
to-
Schultz
well,
story," and not tell it.
My second ever Bassmaster Open. I was super nervous that whole first year and the second year.
Okay.
And anytime I would see an elite guy, I would just look away and look at the ground. I didn't want to see anybody that I had watched my whole life catching bass on TV. Like,
Okay.
if I'd see them on the water, I would just look down and just pretend they weren't there.
Don't look at me.
And
Don't make eye contact.
So I get to the
Don't
way.
look at the pro.
I had a really bad day on Oneida, and I'm walking up past the. I just weighed in my measly bag, and I see Ike and Elliott. I'm like, oh God. And then
Don't look at me.
I'm looking. I saw somebody, another elite guys. I couldn't remember, but I looked down and I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. And I'm out of the weigh-in area. And I'm like, all right, it's safe to look up. And Bernie Schultz standing right in front of me. I'm like, come on, man. Bernie Schultz, I didn't even know you were there. And I'm like, Jesus. It was a long walk to the truck with a really bad weigh-in receipt in my hand.
You got to see Bernie.
I got to see Bernie.
Yeah, you opened your eyes
Yeah.
just in time to
Yeah.
see Bernie Schultz. All right, hey,
I'm a pro trader. I'm not.
I would love to have talked to you, just not while I was in that tournament.
he'd have taken a Lowenbrow light from you if you had one.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some prizes to give away to the Bass Galaxy, and Bernie, I hope that you liked and shared the live Facebook feed because you get a chance to win one of your roommates' fishing poles from the event.
I'll just steal one from Cliff.
But you could have also won a box of Tin Cup whiskey funness.
Sandbar pack.
Yeah, sandbar pack. 4th of July pontoon pack to your door.
American.
And the box of KVD line and lure bow to stern to your door. That's 3 prizes tonight. 3. Hey, Bernie, you want to give away a prize?
Sure.
You want to say one of the names? Andy, can you text Bernie one of the prize winners and then text Cliff the
got it.
clip rod? You got that? And then what am I going to do? The third one, Andy? How do you want me to do it?
It's on your phone.
It is? Oh, it's on my phone. Okay, I should look at my phone.
It's on both.
You can do the 10 cup. Bernie's got line and lure.
Oh, Bernie's got line and lure. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. You want to go first? You want to give away some line and lure spray, Bernie?
Sure.
It keeps your thumb from burning off in the summer.
I can do that.
Nice.
Shall I name the winner?
Yeah, do you want like a drum roll or do you want fanfare horns or would you prefer a rodeo cattle stampede from Cliff's early days? What would you like?
That would be good. I'd like
Okay.
actually like to see Cliff on a horse. I've never.
I think that would be entertaining. Some Cliff Prince rodeo days photos. If we could please get those to Bassmaster and Straight Cast immediately.
or videos. That'd be
Videos
better.
would be even better, no doubt about it.
Yeah. The lucky winner is Steve Wise.
Steve Wise.
Steve Wise.
Steve Wise, you're the winner of the Kevin Van Dam Line and Lure Spray, bow to stern product, keeping the Bass Galaxy clean.
No line memory for
I like it.
Steve Wise.
All you got to do is direct message Rockin' Shoal Fantasy on the Straight Cast page. He's going to send you out a party pack. All right, now, hey Bernie,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let you say the whiskey winner too, okay? Because you did a great job. You cool with that?
Yeah, man, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna text you the whiskey winner, and in the meantime, Cliff Prince, you're giving away something pretty special, and that's the rod that you use to win a Bassmaster Elite Series event. Cliff, you got what do you want? You want what? Oh, you got the fanfare, and the winner of the Cliff Prince tournament winning rod is Go ahead. That's your cue, Cliff.
I think it's Clint Bass. If I'm right, if I'm correct, right?
Is that real?
Clint Bass?
Clint Bass?
I think so.
That's an amazingly cool name.
Yeah.
Wait, Clint Bass won the rod?
That's what I thought.
Dude, I wish my name was Bass.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Maybe it's
dang
Bass.
it. That's awesome. All right, I'm copying this and sending it to Mr. Bernie Schultz, my favorite antique lure collector in the world.
I'm on standby. Nothing showing up.
I'm slow. Hold on, Bern.
All right,
Okay,
find
here
those keys.
it comes. The Tin Cup winner has been sent to you.
And it is Matt Anderson.
Matt Anderson, come on down. You're the winner of the Tin Cup Whiskey 4th of July Pontoon Sandbar Pack to your door. Hell yeah, that's how you bass fish and talk show. That's how we do it. That's how we do it in Chicago right here. Hey, Cliff Prince, you are an amazing champion. I mean, you're cool AF, dude.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Bern, this is a victory the Bass Galaxy needed. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
All the periscoping and the whining and the crying and everything else. Here comes Cliff Prince turning shit off. Turning shit off, catching pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me say this, though. Don't be fooled. He's really good with his electronics.
Oh, I know.
Really good with them.
I know. He's like Bugs Bunny.
He's so good with him, he knows when to turn him off.
Yeah.
No, good point. Good point. I've been traveling with Cliff for 13 years, and nobody deserved it more. And I'm just glad I got to be there and watch it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Bass Galaxy, give it up again for the one and only Cliff Prince, Bassmaster Elite Series champion and Bassmaster icon, Bernie Schultz.
Yep.
We love you guys, man. You're very important to us, both of you.
You know, I did one of your first shows. You remember that?
I do, Bernie. I do.
2016?
Yeah. And Bernie used to do my radio show way back in the day, the Bass Buzz. You and I go way back, bud. And thank you for all that stuff.
Do you remember going to dinner with me? I invited you to dinner with Mike Iaconelli at a sports show.
At the Bass University, yeah, because we were running ads on the radio show. Dude, I was so nervous. I'm like, holy shit, Bernie Schultz invited me to dinner. It was so cool, dude. It was so awesome. And then I just went there and everybody was like, hey, you got cool hair, man. You bass fish? I'm like, hey, thanks. Yeah. Let's go.
You were like, what's your favorite part of being a bass
I'm like,
fisherman?
you like bass fishing too. Yeah, it was awesome. Remember when you were in the Beatles? That was awesome.
That one tournament? That was awesome.
You guys are both great. I will see you in New York, and I can't wait to see both of your smiling faces. Thanks again for everything you've done for this show and the Bass Galaxy to both of you.
All right.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having us.
Congratulations.
Peace. See you soon.
Thank you.
There it is right there.
Congrats,
Another one
Cliff.
in the books right there. Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
That's how we bass fish around here.
That's how we bass fish.
Yeah. That's how we bass fish and talk show. I had a good time. I missed doing a show.
That was good.
Yeah, I mean, I was really excited about this, and I can't wait till next week. Wait till you see what's going on next week. I'll tell you. I'll tell you when we hang up with these people.
I have no idea what we're doing.
It's gonna be fun. Hey, but until next week, I want to tell you, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Cliff Prince. Thank you, Bernie Schultz. Thank you, Bass Galaxy. You're amazing. Omnia Fishing, home of the Peter Prez Peoria Premium Pro app. Sims Fishing, they keep us covered. You know they do. Bob's Jacks, all machined up. I'm jacked up on Bob's Jack plate. Impulse lithium batteries. Don't forget about the tournament incentive rewards program. Power pole. We power pole down for pleasure. Can I get some music? Can I get a little papa ma ma oh. There it is. Tin Cup Mountain Whiskey. As we sail away on this thin raft of bass fishing, we count our blessings until the whole shithouse goes up in flames. Berkeley Fishing, thank you for your support. Abu Garcia, Restliner, floating around on a party barge of goodness. Waterland, that's how I throw shade, keeping my eyes protected. 100%. Hey, CalSag Bass, big event, August 3rd and 4th.
You signed up?
Yeah, what's the website again?
SouthShoreCBA.com.
SouthShoreCBA.com. Hey, Bass Galaxy, this has been another Andrew Ellenberger Ginger Ninja production. I'm Pat Renwick. That's Ryan Popcorn Whitaker. We bid you peace and peace. We bid you. Until next week. See you then, or see you on another time, Jobin. Grandpa Paul, thank you. I love fishing.
To be slacker.